So this video is going to be about, I'm going to talk about two different guys. Number one, it was the first book that I ever come across on covert narcissism. Now, I had read some books on narcissism before, and if you're going to read a book about narcissism, I would recommend that you don't read a book that's written by a narcissist. And there are those out there. There are books that are written by a narcissist, but I don't recommend that. I recommend that you get a book that's written by a licensed therapist. And if I write a book about narcissism, don't buy it. I don't know. I'm just joking. I'm not going to write a book, but I really want these videos on YouTube have helped me heal from narcissistic abuse. And so I want to help somebody else that might be going through narcissistic abuse or has suffered from it, childhood trauma, or you're an empathic person and you love somebody who thought was reciprocating that love. So you were in a relationship with somebody that came at you covertly and mirrored your empathy, because the narcissist knows that empathy sells. And so the narcissist has variable to low empathy, and so they act like that they care about people the way you do, but they really don't. So I want to read you this that will probably, maybe you can identify if you've been in a narcissistic marriage or relationship. It says, this is marriage with a narcissist. And it says, imagine coming to the realization that the person that you married, the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, is neither capable or has the desire to love you. Imagine that person has no care or compassion for your difficulties or trials. Imagine realizing that your whole relationship was a farce, and the only thing they feel for you is contempt. That's what it's like for victims who married a narcissist or a sociopath. And that was written by Maria Consiglio. So I can, one thing a narcissist told me one time was that I was weak. And see, what the narcissist means when they say you're weak is they say you're weak because you're an empath, because you actually have the ability to emotionally connect with another human being, which they do not have. They cannot emotionally connect with you and sympathize or empathize with any difficulties or trials or things that you're involved with, because they're too busy thinking about themselves. And they live in a fantasy world. And the narcissist is a actor or actress in a Hollywood film, and you are their supporting actor or actress. And so they get bored with you very quickly, and they kill you off in the movie, and then they replace you. And the same abusive cycle happens over and over again. And as Andrew from Narc Daily always says, that every narcissistic abusive relationship has an expiration date. All of them are going to end, and that there's nothing that you could have done that would have changed the outcome of this abusive relationship. It was going to end, that the narcissist knew it was going to end from the beginning. And they had a plan, and they saw you as a good form of supply. Anyway, so I want to tell you about the Covert Narcissism. It was a book called In Sheep's Clothing. It's about understanding and dealing with manipulative people. And it's the fastest book I've ever read. I read it in 4 days. And I talked to another friend of mine the other night, and they also said that they read it very quickly because it's like the story of my life. I would recommend the book In Sheep's Clothing. And then I'm going to talk about another book later in another video that he wrote that goes more in depth on the covert narcissism. So, and another channel I want to point you to, and I'll put the link down in the description, is Danish Bashir. I hope I'm saying that right. I'll put the link in the description, but he says that he's a narcissistic abuse recovery coach, and he says that complex post-traumatic stress disorder is the worst kind of trauma that a human being can experience.